Hi, my name is Matt Rogers. You may have seen me around the Facebook groups every now and then as either myself or as my very small personal install business, Rebel Sabercraft. But I'm making this video to show off a couple sabers, but primarily to show off a font I had commissioned by Aaron Sikowski over at Fonts by Fourzze. It is fantastic. He crushed it with some very general direction and a little bit of back and forth. Actually, some good back and forth, some great conversations that we had. He created the exact font, a font better than I could have hoped for. So there's two sabers, these guys right here. This one right here is one I made. It's a MHS, and it's just meant to be a beater tool, but it's got a CF9 in it. It's kind of pretty inside. The other saber is one that I had, also MHS based, and it's from, I sent it over to Dale at Shadowcrest Designs and told him I wanted a Norse etch and powder coat, so I got this bad boy. It is the Binding of Fenrir by Tyr, which is in Norse mythology. Fenrir was Loki's child, I believe, and you'll see here him bound up by chains, and the T is meant to represent Tyr. So it's got around the center there, it's got the Rebel insignia for Star Wars and Rebel Sabercraft, and the Tyr and wolf symbol around the outside of the pommel as well. It's got a pretty simple install, Prism 5.1, Goth chassis, just painted some brass rods, added some brass mesh to pretty up and cover some wires, just a neat install. No blinkies or anything like that, really basic. That's the boot sound for my awesome new font. But I accidentally hit one of the hidden buttons. They're tactiles that are right down here in the grooves. And yeah, that accidentally booted it up. So you heard the boot. I will turn it on. So the hum is actually Vikings battling, the sound of them at war on the battlefield, swinging their weapon. It's got a purple blade because not only am I a fan of the show Vikings, but I'm from Minnesota, huge Minnesota Vikings fan. And I love that the clashes, some of the clashes are weapon hitting weapon, but some of them are also weapon hitting person. I love it. The blaster sounds are arrows. Shooting arrows. There's 6 fonts on here, and the other fonts aren't this Viking font, but I did use some of the boot sounds from the font he created for the rest of the fonts on this saber, so you can hear some of those.
I see a harvest celebrated in blood.
Some of these will be familiar if you're also familiar with the show Vikings.
That is how we win, and that is how we die. To whom do we owe our allegiance? It's terribly well balanced. Well, if there's too much weight, you lose power on the swing.
And that's the one boot sound that isn't from the font that Aaron created. That is Nova Star's Stormbreaker font, and I figured with a Norse themed saber I needed, if there was a Thor font out there, I wanted it. And I got the version with the music in the background, which I thought was pretty cool. But anyway, the reason I'm actually doing this video is to show off this saber and Aaron's font, not the Nova Star font. So to see how the font truly realized, this saber's got a CF9 in it, so all of the features of the font are really maximized. But the saber itself has got a purple and gold chassis, Minnesota Vikings. It's a CF9, so of course there's some blinkies, unlike the Prism. Needed to maximize some of those features as well. But yeah, CF9 color extender, so we've got color changing and everything, tri-cree, just little bit of medium weathering to make it look like a used weapon, some tattered old cloth and stuff that's been rubbed in the dirt outside to make it look old and used. But anyway, here's Aaron's font in its truest form. So I requested a very specific boot. The only thing about this saber, about this font, that is not related to the show Vikings is actually related to the Minnesota Vikings, and my favorite player, Randy Moss, is the font file.
Straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie. So the menu is
Audio play. Saber. Saber.
that's his. That is another Fonts by Fourzze by Aaron. His Gundam font that he just released, and it is also amazing.
Straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie.
Who is your king?
So I've got some pre-on and post-off sounds as well. Also purple. See if we can get force. I freaking love it. And there's a few post-off sounds as well, so we'll turn this off.
We're fine ones for playing dead, pretending to run away.
Let's turn it on again and see what happens.
That is how we win, and that is how we die.
Turn it off again.
Just accents are the same.
Rolo. It's very quotable.
Why do you want to fight? What are you fighting for? Always remember to finish off your opponent if you can.
Yes. Wise words, Rolo. But anyway, that is Saber. Fantastic etch by Dale Snyderhan over at Shadowcrest Design. And the amazing Vikings TV show themed font made by Aaron over at Fonts by Fourzze. And I couldn't sing the praises of either of them any louder than I am right now. So if you have any font or etching or saber design ideas, reach out to either of those guys and they can help because they are very good at what they do. Thanks for watching.